Okay, thank you. Congratulations on the film. First of all, how did you come to be involved in this project, and did it feel like a big sort of tonal leap away from what you've done previously?
Yeah, thank you first of all. And doing Love Sonia was never on my mind. I never thought that I would do a film which is based on a cause, and especially for a television actor, like I did television earlier. In India, we get stereotyped, and it's very difficult for a television actor to make a shift to films. So thanks to the Brace for casting me, and it was not easy, I must say. It required a lot of research, a lot of homework needed to be done, and the body language. It was very important for me to be a village girl. I mean, I can't be like so polished and sitting just the way I'm sitting right in front of you. So yeah.
But what sort of research and preparations did you undertake then when you were taking it on with that in mind?
So, we started with, we went to Kolkata. There's a red light area called Sonagachi. It was difficult to even be there because all I could witness was, people staring me right from the head to toe, and I just felt like I was being eye raped by people. I met girls, the victims, when they shared their stories. They told how they got manipulated by people and they were sold. A few were sold by their own husband, by their own boyfriends, and few had no choice but to continue it, because when they returned home, when they escaped, and their parents just refused to accept them. So it was very difficult, and they had a bright smile when they shared all their stories, and I was like, my God. So one thing that I learned from the girls is that, whatever happened in the past, it happened, but we want to make sure that, we work hard for the future. So for me, they were like superheroes wearing no cape, but they're like my sheroes. So that's one thing that kept, like, while filming, it was very difficult to, the fact that there's a 60-year-old man on top of you, and, the girl gets sold twice. The girl has been stitched, and she's in a country where she doesn't even understand the language. I mean, how difficult it's. Imagine I was acting. There are girls who go through it every day. So I only had their faces back of my mind while I performed the scene, and that's what gave me energy and power to go ahead. And fortunate to have lovely team, such supporting, amazing team. I mean, by the end of the day, we would just have like gala time. I mean, that wonderful the team was.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I suppose it's so intense during the course of shooting.
Yes, and the fact that they understood that what I was going through, by the end of the day, I would have like bruises. One would be Frida, one would be Richa, Manoj, and we would actually name them. But it was worth it. After the film was, screened at London Indian Film Festival, there were so many people who. I mean, one of them, I remember, he came and he told me that he wants to adopt a child, and a girl child, and to be specific, a victim, so that he could change. He could give her a new name, new life, and new future. I mean, for that, it was so overwhelming for me that I was like, I don't need a Globe, I don't need an Oscar. I mean, this is my award.
And I imagine you didn't foresee any of that when you took the project on. I suppose you thought this is an important subject, but to see those consequences of putting this on a big screen and participating in it is a risk, yeah. And I was thinking about what you were saying about sort of daughters and wives being sold and sort of bearing the hallmarks perhaps of a patriarchal society. And it's right, your background is in sort of an Indian soap opera that was centred around a matriarchal
it's the
society.
mindset.
Trying to combat those sort of, perhaps the rigid sort of strictures of society and sort of break that away and sort of being more empowering to break the cycle of this sex trafficking trade. Are you hopeful that it can be vanquished? I know it's a problem the world over, of course.
The fact that, all we need to do is change the mindset, and that we can start from your own family. Like you mentioned earlier, it was very difficult for my parents to, they read the script and they were like, no way you're doing this. But after watching the film, and they watched the film even like 1.5, 2 years ago, and they were like, hey, we're like so proud of you, and I'm so glad that you did this film as your first. So what I felt was I changed the mindset in my family. But all we need to do is change that in India, and then followed by other countries. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just so distracted.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just got like a little distracted. Can you repeat your question, please?
Oh no. I suppose, are you hopeful that it can all change? That
Yeah,
this
it
can be
will, and I
vanquished?
see it is changing right now.
Do you?
There are a lot of women, like in NGOs, they're coming up, and they're I'm associated with one of my friend, and so the thing is that she's working for the children of the girls, making sure that they get the right education, enrolled in the school, because it's a very difficult task. The girls who have children, and sometimes the schools, the authorities just refuse to enroll the children in their school because they think that they might have a bad impact on the other children. So we're just working hard on their, that they get the best education, they get moved from the red light areas to a hostel, so that, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
your time, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.